Hey guys, Coach Gaglione here from GaglioneStrength.com. We've got Gina Aversa here, nationally ranked female powerlifter. And today we're just going to talk about, if you're a woman, what are some workouts and some methods and some exercises you can do to kind of get started lifting. Gina, when you were first starting out, what are some things that you kind of did in the past before you even were in the world of powerlifting and you just wanted to kind of go to the gym and just get stronger and get more fit?
Before I was even into powerlifting, I definitely lifted weights. I never did any of the big three, but I did a lot of bodybuilding type workouts, basically just building up quality muscle mass. The intention was never to go into powerlifting at that point, but it definitely helped a lot once I did decide to transfer over to powerlifting, mostly because muscle moves weight.
Can't flex bone. What kind of exercises were you doing, like machines or dumbbells, or just kind of a combination? Or
pretty much like a combination, more focused definitely on dumbbells. I've never been like a machine type of person. I think that anything that you can do with a dumbbell,
sure.
I would incorporate some barbell movements, but not really like the big three. Cable machines would pretty much be as far as I would go machine-wise. Those were pretty much the things that I focus on. You get 10 times more out of the exercise if you're using a dumbbell than you are using the, machine bicep curl or something along those lines.
Yeah, and I think a good place to start is just try to start with full body workouts. Try and do something. I like to think of things more in movements. So if you push something with your upper body, you should pull something with your upper body. If you do something for your quads, do something for your hamstrings. So you want to kind of work front to back and kind of get some, symmetry and some balance. Is it okay? Should they start with 3 sets of 10? Does it really matter? If someone's walking in the gym for the first time, they maybe have no clue where to start. What's some kind of advice you can give them as far as rep ranges and things like that?
Definitely follow a program, even if you're not powerlifting. Your training should have a purpose. If you're going in and doing random workouts, you're going to get random results.
Yeah, I love that quote.
So basically, no matter what your rep range is, if for 1 week or 3 weeks you want to focus on volume, so sets of 15, sets of 12, things along those lines. After those 3 weeks, you should then transition into a different rep scheme. So maybe heavier weights and lower reps. And basically, because
Yeah, I think just Gina, just keep it simple. And I think whether it's you're adding more sets. Maybe you're adding more repetitions, but there has to be some sort of progressive overload, whether you're adding more weight, adding more sets, or adding more volume, which Gina said. So for those of you who are maybe really new watching this, volume is just kind of your total workload and kind of your sets times reps of the day. So for example, if you're doing 3 sets of 10 at a certain weight, let's say 100 pounds, if you do 4 sets of 10, you did an extra set with the same weight, so it's going to be a higher volume, higher workload of the day. So as long as you're kind of increasing, and as a beginner, a lot of times you can kind of keep progressing in a linear fashion, so a little bit each week. And as you get more advanced, there's going to be a certain point where you hit a plateau, you hit a wall, and you need to kind of deload and kind of work backwards and work on some different things. So something like a 5x5 program or a 5-3-1, you can kind of Google those online. Just a really good place to start. Whether you're just adding 5 pounds every week to a certain exercise, or even 2.5 pounds, or even a pound, adding a set, adding a rep. But I think starting off with something like 3 sets of 10 or a 5x5 or a 5-3-1 program is a really good place to start. And then you might want to look into investing in a coach or having a more advanced type of program. So when do you think would be a good kind of place to start as far as someone should look? When should they look for a coach, and what kind of things would you kind of look for when you're kind of working with somebody?
I think that you can start working with a coach at any point.
Definitely,
whenever you're comfortable and you kind of think that you might want to take it a little more seriously. Also, if you have a meet in mind, I always think that, especially for your first one,
it's big.
It would be it's a pretty good idea to get a coach. There's so many things about a meet that you can't even think about before the meet happens if you've never done one before. So just having a coach who can, has done this before and knows what you need to do, can peak you properly into the meet, that would be really important. So I think if you do have a meet in mind, that would be definitely a good time to think about maybe investing in a coach. As far as what to look for in a coach, basically someone who first of all, has produced results in other athletes before. That's a big thing. But also just their mindset. Does their mindset match up with your mindset? So if you are a very intense person, you want to push yourself all the time, does your coach share the same philosophy? Or for someone like me, who's very, I don't know how you describe it. I'm very relaxed. I don't take things too seriously. So in the past, when I've had coaches who are very this is do or die, that hasn't worked with me. So basically finding a coach that has the same mindset as you. And then third thing would just be that the coach does really care about your well-being. And that's probably the biggest thing, is that there are a lot of coaches out there that they're more thinking about themselves and how they look,
right.
And they don't care about what could happen to you as an athlete, in a year, in 5 years, in 10 years. You want a coach that sees the big picture and wants you to stay in the game as long as possible.
Yeah, I think Gina hit the nail on the head, and I think one of the reasons why we're talking to you as a pair today is, the personalities and the philosophies kind of mesh. I think that's really important, and I just think it's important that if they kind of know that they care about you, I think that's huge, and they're going to interested not only in your performance but also your health and longevity as well. I think that is big. But seek out some people that kind of have produced the results that you want and the results that you're looking for. And if you could find someone in person that's local, that's great. I work with Gina remotely, and like I said, even we kind of made it a point to just meet because we would want to take it to the next level. So I think that's really great advice. So I would say keep it simple, small progressions over time. When you're ready, invest in a coach, and just have fun and just enjoy the process. So I think that's some really good tips for you guys that are starting out. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you check out the links below. Subscribe if you like the content, and we'll see you next time.